My wife threw my birthday gift back at me. You always get it wrong. You don't know me at all. It was the necklace she'd pointed at months ago. I caught it. Clearly. I went into my home office and notarized one document. I left her car's registration on the kitchen island. And when she noticed what was different on it, the room went dead silent. I'm 37, married for 9 years, and I just learned that you can spend a decade with someone and still be treated like you're too stupid to understand basic communication. My wife's birthday was last Saturday. I'd been planning for months. Back in July, we were at an outdoor market, one of those weekend craft fairs she loves. We stopped at a jewelry booth. She picked up this silver necklace with a blue stone pendant, held it up to the light, smiled at how it caught the sun. She even turned to me and said, "Look at how beautiful this is," before putting it back down with a wistful, "Maybe someday." She'd lingered at that booth for several minutes, picking it up twice more to examine the craftsmanship. I made a mental note, went back the following week, bought it, hid it in my office. Fast forward to last Saturday. I'd made dinner reservations at the restaurant where we had our first date 9 years ago. The same table, if you can believe they kept records that long. Bought her favorite flowers, white peonies, the ones she always stops to admire at the florist but says are too expensive. Had the necklace wrapped professionally at that boutique wrapping service downtown, with the hand-tied ribbon and embossed paper she always admires in their window displays. Everything planned out, everything thoughtful, or so I thought. We got home from dinner around 8 p.m. She seemed happy enough, talked about the food, thanked me for remembering the restaurant, mentioned how sweet it was that I'd requested the same table. I was feeling good about it. Optimistic even. Brought out the gift after we'd settled on the couch with wine, the Pinot Noir from the vineyard we visited on our honeymoon. She opened it slowly, carefully undoing the ribbon to preserve it like she always does, lifted the necklace out of the box, stared at it. "What is this?" "It's the necklace from the craft fair. The one you were looking at in July. The one you said was beautiful." She set it down like it was contaminated. "I don't want this." I blinked. "What? You were literally holding it up to the light, multiple times. You said, 'Maybe someday.' That was months ago. I was being polite to the vendor. You picked it up 3 separate times. You examined it. You smiled at it. You told me to look at how beautiful it was. Because I was being nice. I didn't actually want it. The stone is the wrong color for me. The chain is too delicate. I would never wear this. You literally said maybe someday. You said, 'Look at how beautiful this is.' That's what you say when you're browsing and don't want to be rude. How do you not know that?" My chest felt tight. "So, what do you actually want?" "I want you to pay attention. To know me well enough that you don't have to guess. But you always get it wrong. You don't know me at all." She picked up the necklace and threw it at me. Not gently. Actually threw it. I caught it reflexively, the chain tangling around my fingers. "Every year," she continued, "every birthday, every anniversary, every holiday, you get it wrong, and I have to pretend to be grateful for things I don't want because you're too clueless to figure out what I actually like. You could just tell me what you want." "I shouldn't have to. We've been married 9 years. You should know by now. I'm not a mind reader. You're not even trying. You just grab whatever seems easy and call it thoughtful. It's lazy. You're lazy." I stood up, set the necklace on the coffee table, next to the wine glasses and the flowers that suddenly seemed pointless. "Okay. That's it? Just okay? What else do you want me to say? You've made it very clear how you feel. I want you to apologize. I want you to acknowledge that you don't put in effort. I went back to that market specifically to buy you something you looked at. I hid it for 4 months. I made reservations at a place that matters to us. I got the same table. I bought flowers you always admire but won't buy yourself. That's not effort? It's the wrong effort. It doesn't count if you're trying at the wrong things." I walked away, went to my home office, closed the door, sat at my desk and tried to process what had just happened. the sound of her angry footsteps pacing the living room echoing through the walls. This wasn't the first time. She was right about that. Every gift-giving occasion for the past few years had ended similarly. Never quite satisfied. Always something wrong. Always this undercurrent of disappointment that I was supposed to intuit what she wanted without her ever specifying it. I opened my desk drawer, pulled out a folder I'd been keeping for about 6 months. Documents I'd started preparing after the last blow-up. The one where she'd screamed at me for 40 minutes about a Valentine's Day gift. I'd told myself I was overreacting, that I wouldn't need these papers, that we'd work it out, that love was supposed to be enough. I opened the folder, looked at the separation agreement my lawyer had drawn up. All it needed was signatures and notarization. I'm a notary public, licensed for my consulting work. I can notarize my own documents in this state as long as I'm not a party to the transaction in certain contexts. This qualified. I signed my name, notarized it, dated it, put it back in the folder. My hand was steady. That surprised me. Then I remembered something else. Her car. The one I'd bought her 3 years ago for our anniversary. A silver Lexus, fully loaded, because she'd mentioned liking how they looked. Title was in my name only because I'd paid cash for it. We'd never transferred it to joint ownership. She'd been meaning to handle the registration transfer, but kept putting it off. I'd reminded her a few times. She'd said it didn't matter, it was fine as is. What's mine is yours anyway, she'd said then. That sentiment felt like a lifetime ago. I went to the filing cabinet, found the registration, took it to the kitchen, set it on the island where she'd see it in the morning light. Then I went to bed in the guest room, staring at the ceiling and listening to her crying in our bedroom down the hall. Update one Sunday morning, I woke up around 7. She was still asleep in our bedroom. I made coffee, sat in the kitchen, waited. The house felt different, quieter. Or maybe I was just noticing the silence that had always been there. She came out around 8:30, saw me sitting there, saw the registration on the island. What's this? Car registration. I can see that. Why is it here? Look at it. She picked it up, read it. Her face went pale. What did you do? I corrected an oversight. The car's been registered to me for 3 years. As of yesterday at 4 p.m., I transferred ownership to myself exclusively and removed you as an authorized driver. You can't do that. I did do that. It's my car, my name, my money, my title. I just made it official in all the paperwork. That's my car. I drive it every day. It was a gift. A gift you've complained about 17 times. Too big, wrong color, not the model you wanted, drinks too much gas, the seats aren't comfortable, the stereo system is subpar. I kept track, so I'm taking it back. You can't take back a gift. Watch me. Keys are in my office, car's still in the garage. But as of now, you're not authorized to drive it. If you do, that's technically auto theft. This is insane. This is psychotic. Is it? You throw my gifts back at me and tell me I'm lazy and clueless. I'm clarifying ownership. Seems reasonable. Over a fight about a necklace? Over 9 years of fights about gifts, about effort, about how I apparently don't know you at all. If I don't know you well enough to buy you jewelry, I certainly don't know you well enough to give you a car. You're being vindictive. I'm being clear. You want to set boundaries about what counts as a real gift? Fine. This car is no longer a gift. It's my property. You can get your own car. She started crying. I can't afford a car right now. You know that. That sounds like a you problem. How am I supposed to get to work? Bus, Uber, bike, ask a friend, carpool, lots of options. This is cruel. No. Cruel is throwing someone's carefully chosen gift at them and calling them lazy. This is consequences. She tried to grab the registration. I pulled it back. This is mine. If you need a copy for your records, you can request one from the DMV. But this document shows I'm the sole owner. That's not changing. I'm your wife. And yet you don't think I know you. So why should I subsidize transportation for someone who has so little respect for me? I walked back to my office, locked the door, heard her yelling through it for about 10 minutes before she gave up. Eventually, I heard dishes breaking in the kitchen. I didn't go investigate. Update 2 Sunday afternoon, her sister called me. I answered on speaker. What the hell is wrong with you? Nice to hear from you too, Jennifer. She told me what you did. Taking her car? Are you serious? Very serious. It's my car. I paid for it. It's registered to me. I'm allowed to decide who drives it. It was a gift. So was the necklace she threw at my head. Apparently my gifts don't count because I don't know her, so I'm taking them back. That's not how marriage works. Apparently, marriage means I'm supposed to read her mind and buy perfect gifts without any communication. I tried that. Failed 9 years running, so I'm trying something new. You're punishing her. I'm protecting myself. There's a difference. From what? From being in a relationship where nothing I do is good enough and I'm constantly told I'm inadequate. I'm tired. I'm done. The car is mine. End of story. She's going to divorce you over this. Is she? Well, she can have her lawyer contact mine. I'll save her the trouble, though. I've already drawn up separation papers. Silence on the other end. Then, you're leaving her? I'm giving her what she clearly wants. A life without my lazy, clueless attempts at love. I hung up. 20 minutes later, my wife knocked on the office door. Can we talk? About what? About fixing this. I opened the door. She looked like she'd been crying for hours. Mascara streaked down her cheeks, eyes swollen. The same face she'd made at our wedding when she cried during her vows. I'd thought those were happy tears. You really drafted separation papers? Yep. Over a fight? Over a pattern. The fight was just the final data point. I didn't mean it. I was just frustrated. You meant it. You've been meaning it for years. You just finally said it clearly. I don't want a divorce. Then you should have thought about that before throwing my gift at me and telling me I don't know you. People say things they don't mean when they're upset. Do they? Or do they say things they always thought but never had the courage to say out loud? She sat down on the floor outside my office, put her head in her hands. What do you want from me? Nothing. That's the point. I'm done wanting things from you. I tried for 9 years to be a good husband. Every attempt was criticized. Every gift was wrong. Every effort was insufficient. I'm tired. So you're just giving up? No. I gave up trying to be enough for someone who's determined to see me as inadequate. There's a difference. Can I have the car back if I apologize? No. Why not? Because you'd be apologizing to get the car back, not because you understand what you did wrong. That's manipulation, not remorse. I do understand. Tell me what you understand. I hurt your feelings. That's it? I hurt your feelings? I was cruel about the necklace. And I don't know what you want me to say. That's the problem. You don't know. You don't see the pattern. You don't understand why 9 years of this finally broke something in me. You just know I'm upset and you want to fix it so things go back to normal. What's wrong with normal? Normal is me walking on eggshells every gift-giving occasion, wondering what I'll do wrong this time. Normal is you telling me I'm lazy while I bend over backward trying to please you. Normal is exhausting. I don't want normal anymore. She stayed sitting there for a long time. I closed the door, went back to work, though I couldn't focus. I just stared at my computer screen, wondering how we'd gotten here. Update 3 Monday, she called out, sick from work. I went to my office downtown like usual. When I got home that evening, she was waiting in the kitchen. She'd cleaned up the broken dishes. I made dinner. Okay. Can we eat together? Talk? Sure. We sat at the dining table. She'd made my favorite pasta dish, the one with the homemade sauce her grandmother taught her, the one she only makes on special occasions. The irony wasn't lost on me. I've been thinking, she started, about what you said. About the pattern. You're right that I've been critical of gifts. I didn't realize how much it was adding up. Okay. I want to work on it. Go to counseling. Figure out why I do that. That's good. You should do that. You'll come with me? No. Why not? Because this isn't a couple's problem. This is a you problem. You need to figure out why you're never satisfied. I'm not part of that process. But we're married. We should work on things together. We're separated. I filed the papers this morning. You'll be served in a few days. She dropped her fork. It clattered against the plate, sauce splattering on the white tablecloth. You didn't. I did. 9 years is enough. I'm done. Over a birthday present. Over a marriage where I'm constantly inadequate. The birthday present was just the breaking point. I told you I'd work on it. Great. Work on it for your next relationship. This one is over. You don't mean that. I absolutely mean that. I've never been more certain of anything. She started crying again. What about the house, our life, everything we built? House is in my name. I bought it before we got married. You can stay here for 30 days while you find a place. After that, you're out. I can't afford my own place. You have a job. You make $60,000 a year. You'll figure it out. Without a car? Without my car, you can buy your own. This is happening because of your ego, because I bruised your pride with one comment. No. This is happening because you showed me who you really think I am. Someone lazy, someone clueless, someone who doesn't know you despite a decade together. If that's true, why stay married to me? I didn't mean it literally. Then why say it? Why say something so cutting if you don't mean it? She had no answer. The pasta went cold on our plates, uneaten. Update 4 Tuesday morning, I got a call from her father. I hear you're divorcing my daughter. That's correct. Over what, exactly? Ask her. I'm asking you. She spent 9 years telling me nothing I do is good enough. I finally believed her. Marriage is hard. You don't just quit. I didn't quit. I endured for 9 years. She quit respecting me. I'm just making it official. She loves you. She loves the idea of me being different. She doesn't love who I actually am. That's not true. Then why does she throw my gifts back at me? Why does she tell me I'm lazy? Why does she say I don't know her? She gets frustrated sometimes. Women do that. Men get tired sometimes. I do that. You're making a mistake. Maybe. But it's my mistake to make. He hung up. I blocked his number. Then her mother's. Then Jennifer's. I was done being lectured by people who'd watched her treat me this way for years and said nothing. Wednesday, she moved into the guest room permanently. We passed each other in the house like strangers. She'd stopped trying to talk me out of it, which meant she'd probably consulted a lawyer who told her I had grounds for everything I was doing. I heard her on the phone late at night, crying to friends, painting me as the villain. I didn't care anymore. Thursday, she got served at work, came home furious. You actually filed. I told you I filed. You didn't believe me. I thought you'd cool down, change your mind. I'm not emotional. I'm decisive. There's a difference. The papers say irreconcilable differences. Accurate. What differences? Because I didn't like a necklace? Because you've never liked anything. Because you think so little of me that you can't imagine I tried. Because after 9 years, you still think I'm too stupid to understand you. I never said stupid. You said lazy, clueless. You said I don't know you. What's the difference? She sat down on the couch. I thought we'd grow old together. We grew apart instead. It happens. Not like this. Not this fast. It wasn't fast. It was 9 years of slow erosion. Saturday was just when the dam broke. Update 5. Friday, 1 week after her birthday, she tried a different approach. I looked at the necklace again. It's actually really pretty. I was wrong. Okay. I'd like to keep it, if that's all right. It's in the trash. You threw it away? You threw it at me. I threw it away. Seemed appropriate. That's petty. That's closure. She tried a few more times over the next week to change my mind, offered to go to counseling, offered to make changes, offered to work on her gratitude. Every offer sounded like something her lawyer told her to try. I recognized the language, too formal, too rehearsed. She'd never talked about gratitude before in her life. I didn't budge. Update 6. 2 weeks after filing, we met with our lawyers to discuss asset division. The meeting lasted 3 hours. Her lawyer tried to argue she should get the house because she'd contributed to the home by living there. My lawyer pointed out she'd paid nothing toward the mortgage, which I'd owned outright before marriage. Her name was never on the title. She had no claim. They tried to go after my retirement accounts. My lawyer showed that most of it was accumulated before marriage. The portion during marriage would be split fairly, but that was less than she'd hoped. The car came up. Her lawyer argued it was a gift, and therefore hers. My lawyer pulled out the registration showing I'd transferred it solely to my name days before filing, legal and binding. By the end, she'd get a small settlement from the marital assets, about $20,000, and 30 days to vacate. That was it. She was crying when we left the conference room. You've really thought of everything. I had 6 months to prepare. Use them well. You planned this. You've been planning this. I've been documenting patterns, keeping records, preparing for the day when enough was enough. Saturday was that day. So the necklace wasn't even the real issue. You were already halfway out the door. I was waiting to see if things would change. They didn't. They got worse. Saturday confirmed what I already suspected. You don't respect me. Never have. I did respect you. Past tense. Noted. Final update. That was 6 weeks ago. The divorce was finalized last week. She moved out of the house 3 weeks ago, found a small apartment across town. I hear she's taking the bus to work, complaining about it to anyone who will listen. Apparently, public transportation is beneath her. Another thing I should have known. I kept the house, the car, most of my retirement accounts. She got a settlement that'll hold her for a few months. After that, she's on her own. Mutual friends have taken sides. Most sided with her initially, hearing her version where I'm a vindictive asshole who ended a marriage over a birthday present. A few asked for my side. I showed them records. Years of texts where she complained about gifts. Emails where she detailed all my inadequacies. The pattern was undeniable. Those friends changed their tune. Some apologized. Some quietly unfriended her on social media. Some told me they'd always thought she was too critical, but didn't want to interfere. Her family still hates me. I don't care. Never liked them much anyway. They enabled her behavior, always taking her side, always making excuses for why she was just particular or had high standards. I've been asked if I regret it, the nuclear option over a necklace. The answer is no. The necklace was just the catalyst. The marriage had been dead for years. I was just too invested to admit it. When someone throws your love back at you and calls you lazy, they're telling you how they really feel. I finally listened. The necklace is still in the trash somewhere, buried in a landfill by now, probably. The car is still in my garage, though I'm thinking of selling it. Too many memories attached. The house is quiet and mine. The life I'm building is slow and careful and entirely on my terms. Some people think I overreacted, that I should have tried counseling first, given her another chance. But I'd given her 9 years of chances, 9 years of trying to decode what she wanted, 9 years of being told I failed. I'm done failing for someone else's impossible standards. The registration on the kitchen island was the moment she realized I wasn't bluffing, that I wasn't going to beg or negotiate or try to win her back, that I'd already detached. She'd spent 9 years treating marriage like a performance review where I never quite met expectations. I ended the employment. Now she can find someone else to criticize, someone else to throw gifts at, someone else who'll tolerate being called lazy and clueless. Someone who'll keep trying to read her mind and inevitably fail. I'm busy being adequately myself. Turns out that's enough. I've started dating again, nothing serious, just coffee here and there. It's strange how different it feels when someone says thank you and means it. When someone appreciates effort instead of dissecting its flaws. When someone sees a gift as a gesture of love instead of evidence of inadequacy. Last week, I went on a third date with a woman named Sarah. We went to dinner, and afterward, I walked her to her car. She thanked me for the evening, said she'd had a wonderful time. Then she noticed my watch, a simple thing, nothing expensive, and commented that she liked it. "I like how classic it looks," she said. "It suits you." It was such a small thing, a throwaway comment. But I realized that in 9 years of marriage, my ex-wife had never complimented something I chose. Not my clothes, not my haircut, not the way I'd renovated the bathroom, nothing. I'm learning what it feels like to be enough, to have effort recognized instead of scrutinized, to be appreciated instead of assessed. It's foreign, it's uncomfortable, but it's also addictive in the best way. The house doesn't echo anymore. I've rearranged furniture, painted a few rooms, made it mine in ways it never was before. Every change is a small act of reclamation. Every decision is mine alone. No negotiating, no compromising, no walking on eggshells wondering if I'm doing it wrong. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I'm just done. Done trying to earn love from someone determined not to give it. Done accepting criticism disguised as care. Done believing that if I just tried harder, did better, paid closer attention, she'd finally be satisfied. The truth is, she was never going to be satisfied. Not with me, maybe not with anyone. Some people carry an emptiness that no gift, no gesture, no amount of effort can fill. I spent 9 years trying to fill it. All I got was exhausted, so now I'm here. 37, divorced, starting over. The story people tell will depend on who's telling it. Her version makes me the villain. Mine makes me the survivor. The truth is probably somewhere in between, but I'm the only one who has to live with my choices. And I can live with them just fine. The necklace is in a landfill. The car is in my garage. The marriage is in the past. And I'm building a future where enough is actually enough. That registration on the kitchen island changed everything. It was the moment I stopped asking for permission to value myself. The moment I stopped negotiating my worth with someone who'd already decided I had none. Best decision I ever made.